Anambra State, the gateway to southeastern Nigeria, has been in existence since 1991. It has the smallest landmass after Lagos of 4,865 square kilometers with 21 local government areas, 179 communities, and a highly industrious and entrepreneurial people. Since assumption of office, the governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, CFR, has often reminisced that 3 local government areas were partly the reason behind his decision to run for the office of governor. According to the governor, the images he saw during his first governorship campaign in these 3 local government areas kept haunting him. He therefore made a promise to himself and the people that he would make life meaningful for these communities when he becomes the governor of Anambra State. The local government areas are Ogbaru, Awka North, and Anambra West. In fulfillment of this promise, Governor Soludo on the 25th of November 2023 embarked on an audacious journey to Olumbanasa, an island community located in Anambra West local government area, which many thought was too risky for a governor to embark on. This community has been totally cut off from the entire Anambra population without access road leading to the location except by boat through the Niger River. But for Governor Soludo, any risk worth taking for the good of the poor and downtrodden was worth his while. It is also on record that in the history of the state, when Anambra was created in 1991, none of his predecessors has been to this area. And so, Governor Chukwuma Soludo made history as the first sitting governor to visit the community.
Solution is here!
The journey begins as the governor boards the boat and he is welcomed by the captain and the crew. The journey to Olumbanasa took over 1 hour with the rising and dipping waves. It was a feeling of excitement and anxiety because of the intense water currents. This extraordinary journey to Olumbanasa showcases another side of Professor Chukwuma Soludo as a leader who is ready to take risks for his people. This uncommon visit to the community stands out not only as the first of its kind by a sitting governor, but also for the unconventional mode of transportation chosen to navigate the very difficult terrain. A boat through the Niger River, Keke, and Okada, which the governor used to the various communities on arrival. This deliberate choice signifies a grand approach and a genuine willingness of the governor to identify with the daily realities faced by the local population. Olumbanasa is made up of 7 Igala and Igbo-speaking communities, which are Ode, Odemagu, Igbo King, Odekwe, Igbedo, Ala, and Onogwa. Despite its tranquil island setting, the largely agrarian Olumbanasa grapples with pressing infrastructural issues such as lack of tarred roads, electricity, water, health facilities, and other basic amenities. These deficiencies underscore the reason Governor Soludo had to embark on this journey as a way of bringing development to these communities. The governor's presence in Olumbanasa can therefore be interpreted as a proactive step towards addressing these long-standing challenges with a view to making life more meaningful for the people living in these communities. On arrival at the community, the governor was received by a large, excited crowd at the riverbank, led by the local head chief of Nzam, Joe Aloku, head chief of Ukwala, Joseph Ajodo, and Igwe Pius Omachono of Olumbanasa, amongst others.
Abia mbono tata ana manu akụkọ etu unu si wee nọdị wee sị na aga m abịa tata efọ ndị mụ na pastor ke ma bishops ma Catholic Bishop ma the Anglican Bishop anyị ncha ma ndị ụkọchukwu anyị ncha bịa tata ọnwa onye gwa m na nwebara gọvanọ bịa n'Olumbanasa wee sị ya na aga m eje Olumbanasa tata na anyị abịa ka anyị bịa fụ etu unu si wee nọdị igbedo ka anyị nọkịta ọbịa from there anyị si Odebe wee jee ala na Ọnụgwa ọbịa ndị ala na Ọnụgwa unu ga-anọtakwa udo ga-adị n'Olumbanasa amanụzi ọgụ aga m n'iru mmepe obodo ga-abịa n'Olumbanasa anyị abịago ọnwa ndị oyibo sị na solution is here and na solution na-abatago Olumbanasa udo ga-adị afa m bụ Soludo afa m bụ gịnị ndị Olumbanasa ga-eme gịnị ga-eso udo ụnọ ga-eso udo Olumbanasa ọ ga-eso udo Soludo abịago and solution is here.
After the usual pleasantries, the governor and his entourage were taken via Keke to Ala na Onugwa, where he was shown the demolished churches, schools, health centers, which have now become a forest as a result of the over 3-year-old war between Ala na Onugwa and Odepe communities.
So this used to be a community, a village.
The community primary school setup.
We are still going further. The village proper is in the front. The copper lodge is somewhere here.
Okay, there are coppers here now.
No.
Before. Oh dear. Oh no. Olumbanasa, udo ga-adị n'Olumbanasa.
Yes sir.
Udo ga-adị kwanụ. Onye ka nji wee bịa n'afọ m bụ Soludo.
Solution.
Afọ m bụ gịnị?
Solution is there.
Yes.
Solution abịago.
Anyị afụgo na schools unu emebili emebi. Ụlọ ụka unu emebili emebi.
Yes.
Teachers quarters emebili emebi.
Yes.
Ụlọ unu bibu na emebili emebi. Emeghị ya mbụ. Mana ife anyị bịa ikwu bụ ọzọ emezina. Ọzọ emegịnị?
Emezina.
The locals explained to the governor the various challenges they face, as earlier mentioned, which includes lack of water, electricity, health centers, holding centers, amongst others. Governor Soludo sues for peace and forgiveness among the warring communities in line with ABGA's mantra of "Leave no one behind." He assured that the state government would come back to start up some infrastructure in the community, including holding camp, health center, schools, and other basic amenities.
Ọ maka unu ka nji wee zọba ịbụ gọvanọ. Maka ndị dị ka unu, ndị bụ ndị na-ebe akwa ka eficha afọ anya mmiri. Ebe a na-ebe akwa ka ọ chịbata ebe a. Ka udo wee dị. Unu na-anụkwa ife na-ekwu? Ifro now because enwere udo ka a ga-eji wee a na-egosigazi ebe niile ebe uno dịbụ ebe residential homes ma ụlọ ụka ma ụlọ akwụkwọ ma health center fadị na-emebili emebi maka gịnị udo adịrọ. Ife nchọrọ ịgwa gị tata gwa ndị ala na Ọnụgwa bụ na anyị ga-ebido nna kịta Commissioner for Local Government. TC Chairman. Eze Anam. Can I represent you in the House? I got not one. I'm always to against me. If a security here, I now will discuss with the police and the Navy and say the extent of the police post or whatever thing. I got by a center garden and where presence of security Ghana between Olumbanasa eba.
The second port of call of the governor's visit was the Otaku resident, who is the eldest person and king of Odepe. Again, Governor Soludo's message to the people was short and concise: peace and not war. At Igbedo, another community, a grand reception was held for the governor, where he met with members of the 5 remaining communities. Indeed, the joy of the locals knew no bounds as they sang, chanted, and commended the governor for remembering them as a forgotten community. Even the warring parties were not left out in commending the governor's pragmatic leadership, empathy, and compassion he has shown to them.
The resolution of the decade-long communal land dispute between Odepe, Allah, and Yoruba communities, which started since 1934, designed to establish peace, friendly relations, and full normalization of ties, cooperation between the communities, and to chart together a new path to unlock the vast potentials of both communities. Odepe and Allah communities have agreed as follows. Number 1, immediate cessation of hostilities between the parties, their agents, mercenaries, and privies. Number 2, there shall be no further physical attacks, public or secret, or in any guerrilla war form between the parties and or against their properties. I am told it in a very manner. Both communities have agreed that the key players in the conflicts and youths on both sides must lay down arms immediately on account of this peace accord.
The message has delivered itself. Our community is in their need of anything that anyone can think about. Infrastructure, leadership, at the top of it is leadership. We have said it and they will keep crying for it, that we need a leadership, somebody that will relate with you, somebody that you can talk to, somebody that you can call upon, and somebody that will be responsible for the deeds they have in this island and in this community indeed.
Moved by the community's struggles to exist, the governor assured the people that he was going to take measures to address their problems. He promised he will make sure that a proper infrastructure is set up which will enable them have better access to healthcare, education, and other social amenities. Like the pragmatic leader that he is, Governor Soludo directed the Commissioner for Public Utilities and Water Resources to immediately connect Olumbanasa to the national grid. The governor also directed the Commissioner for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Community Affairs, as well as the Anambra West Transition Committee Chairman to come up with plans on how to build holding camps, health center, including the posting of teachers to schools in the ravaged communities. The governor also donated a cash gift of 5 million naira as welfare for the warring communities and 2 million naira for transportation for members of the communities who came to receive him.
This visit today, for me, is a fulfillment of part of my promises. I've said this everywhere. You are one of the major reasons why I applied for the job of Governor of Anambra State. Some years ago, after traversing the entire state, I started campaign December 29, 2009 from Anambra West. We started at Nzam and ended up at Umwezanam in the night. And I kept asking one question. That question I kept asking the person who was, conducting us around, whether there is still any place like this in Anambra. Then I went to Obaru. I just couldn't believe it. Then went to Oko. Then I went to Oka North. I couldn't believe that these were still part of Anambra. And I can tell you, Anambra West, Obaru, especially Oko, and Oka North happened to be 3 local governments. Particularly, I couldn't get my mind off you. I couldn't get my mind off you. And I made a promise to my God that if, by His grace, you people employ me to be governor, that will bring smiles to the faces of the people in this house. And that's part of this journey. The second place, I actually flagged off the construction of a major road. Happened to be that local government in Nigeria that I know. It's the only local government that I know that you could not drive to its headquarters. Do you know that local government? Anambra West. Anambra West was, until now, the only local government in Nigeria I know that you could not drive to the headquarters. And the local government headquarters was overgrown by bush. Not weeds, but by bush. And we said that the people of Anambra State must not just smile, they must laugh. They must laugh. And so the second place we started off road project was to start off that road project that will take you to Nzam. And we're hopeful that by the end of next month, I want to be able to drive to Nzam, the headquarters of your local government. I must tell you, when I was campaigning, the only local government that I made a promise with a consequence happened to be Anambra West. It's only Anambra West. I did make a vow to you. It wasn't just a promise. I promised in the Anambra West that if I fail to build that road to your headquarters, that if I ever come back to your local government to campaign or to ask you for anything, that you should stone me. That was what I said there. I did not make this kind of promise to any other local government except Anambra West. And I am happy that in a few months' time, I will be able to come down to Anambra West and drive to the headquarters. And now the headquarters is also being fully rebuilt. I love Anambra West. I love Anambra West. I love you. I love you. I love you. I applied for this job to be able to bring succor to those who mourn. I am very excited to see them signing up this memorandum of agreement, cooperation, the people of Odepe, and then Ala and Onuba signing up this. That's what they were signing up there. I've witnessed this, and I want to believe that today, na Soludo bia, no Olumbanasa, no doge megene. And I want to say, working with you, starting with peace, bringing peace to this troubled land. That's the starting point. Once we secure peace, every other thing is easy. I'm looking forward to visiting here again and again because I love the I love here. I love you. Yes, I am the first to come, but this won't be the end.
We can't thank you enough. Only for us, but to say thank you. Makana aini neba afugo, just like Igwe said, the Maida touch. If you know your emotion about Ndinewero, I need the Yamaka, and that is what you've come to do, to show us love. We just want to say thank you for coming, and may God continue to bless you and your family in Jesus' name. Thank you.
As the governor prepared to board his Keke to the boat that will take him back to Onitsha, the locals, who were obviously emotional, bid him goodbye. One can justifiably say that Governor Soludo's visit to this island community has been a humbling experience for him.
So for me it was quite a very touching moment, but also let me realize that Anambra is quite a diverse state. Anambra is not just Onitsha or Oka, Nnewi, Bulabia, Utuacha or such other parts of the state. There are other parts as well that haven't seen the presence of government, and we are determined to take the presence of government to those communities.
As the boat begins the journey of conveying him to the mainland again, the governor must have been a fulfilled man for making good his promise to these forgotten communities. From the pundit, Governor Soludo has dared where others failed. For others, Governor Soludo has broken a jinx and has recorded another first in the history of Anambra State. History, indeed, will be fair to Governor Soludo for bringing human face, compassion, and empathy to governance. Indeed, solution is not only here, but has come to stay, as the people of Olumbanasa will forever remain grateful to a man who has remembered them and set to bring development to them.